Welcome back to Informed Cannabis Consumers.
That's right, Melody. We're here to, shed some light on the world of cannabis, and today we're tackling a question we get asked a lot.
Absolutely, Kyle. And it's a topic that, honestly, sometimes gets a little confusing for people. CBG versus CBD. Like, what's the difference, right?
Yeah, it really does. So both of these, right, Cannabigerol, that's CBG, and Cannabidiol, or CBD, they're actually what we call non-psychoactive cannabinoids.
Right. So no high. That's, important to clarify right off the bat.
Exactly. And they both interact with what's called the endocannabinoid system, or ECS, which basically helps regulate all sorts of bodily functions like mood, appetite, even sleep.
Mm-hmm. And while they're both being researched for, potential health benefits, they are actually quite different in their structure, how much of them are found in the plant, and their specific effects.
Yeah, their mechanisms of action are a bit different too. So CBG, it actually interacts more directly with what are called CB1 and CB2 receptors in the brain and immune system.
Whereas CBD, it's more indirect, isn't it? It doesn't bind directly to those receptors, but kind of influences them, and potentially even serotonin receptors too.
Yeah, exactly. It's more of an indirect modulator, if you will.
Okay, so let's talk benefits. Now, CBG, this one has a more limited research, and most of it's, preclinical at this point, but it's pretty promising.
It is. It may help with glaucoma, reducing that intraocular pressure, which is pretty significant.
Oh, wow.
And it shows potential for anti-inflammatory and antibacterial properties. I mean, that's huge.
For sure. Plus, there's some talk about it stimulating appetite, which could be super beneficial for people with eating disorders or, undergoing cancer treatment.
Yeah, absolutely. And it might even support bladder dysfunction and neuroprotection. So it's got a lot of interesting avenues, even if the research is still, early days.
Now, CBD, on the other hand, much more widely studied. I think most people know it for anxiety and depression relief. Oh, for sure. That's probably its biggest claim to fame. And anti-seizure properties, right? Specifically for epilepsy. We even have that FDA-approved drug, Epidiolex, which is CBD-based.
That's right. And then pain relief, especially for chronic conditions, a lot of people find that very helpful.
Yep. And it's also anti-inflammatory. So potential for things like arthritis and even MS.
And let's not forget sleep support, right? And, helping reduce symptoms of PTSD. So CBD really has a broad spectrum of, well-recognized benefits.
So side effects and safety. CBD is generally really well tolerated, but some people might experience fatigue or, maybe a little diarrhea, changes in appetite or weight.
Right. And CBG, with its limited human data, one study did suggest it's well tolerated up to 25 milligrams per kilogram with pretty few side effects, which is, a good sign.
Yeah, that's good. But here's the thing, and this is super important. Both of them can interact with medications, especially those that affect the liver enzyme, CYP450. So definitely talk to your doctor.
Absolutely. And that brings us to legality and regulation. It really depends on the source, whether it's from hemp or marijuana, and local laws, of course.
Yeah. In the U.S., CBD and CBG from hemp, so that's less than 0.3% THC, they're federally legal, but they're not FDA approved except for that one exception, Epidiolex, which we mentioned.
And the quality can vary a lot, too, because there's just a lack of strict regulation. So always look for third-party tested products,
Absolutely. So the big takeaway here, Kyle, is that CBD has much more scientific backing and is more widely used.
For sure, but CBG, with its limited human data, really does show a lot of promise, especially for like appetite stimulation and inflammation.
And, combining both in products, sometimes that can give you like synergistic effects. It's often called the entourage effect, which is pretty cool.
It is, but again, always consult a doctor before using either, especially if you're on other medications. That's just paramount.
So, that's our quick dive into CBG versus CBD. Hopefully that cleared up some of the confusion.
We hope so.
You can find us wherever you get your podcasts, and we'll catch you next time for more insights into the world of cannabis.
Stay informed, stay safe. Thanks for tuning in to Informed Cannabis Consumers.